Hey everyone. Well, I don't actually know if I'm going to post this because I am giving over to my highest light guides at their request that I should have the camera on. Because as usual, I have given Matthias De Stefano another serve of reality to do with the simplicity of alchemizing. That, okay, a crucial point of that is alchemy is recognition of opposites. That in this world, the nature of creation is to have one and the other. And together, that is creation. So, in all honesty, a human being needs to admit to themselves when they feel a certain way and give recognition that they would like to feel opposite. So if we continue with patterns in our lives, which do become denser and denser because of the power of the mind to think the same, believe the same, stay in the same environments, listen to the same, got the same energetic opinions around you, coming at you, same. You look at that as the energetic nature. Okay? Feel. Step outside all the noise of it and just go, how does that feel? Just for a moment. Just play with me on this. How does the majority of your life feel? And that's why it's good to sit in meditative. However, okay, whether it's stopping everything and just slowing down to let the noise go away. And I'm not talking about just noise, I'm talking about consistent thought. Okay? And so you're at a space where now you can observe the wider nature of existence, which is you exist. And this is your existence. Planet Earth, we create. Now, that's your energy sphere. How do you feel as you sit? How do you feel? And then what thought comes in to how you feel? And then the next level is, what's the flow of like that speaks to you? So emotion, energy, emotion. Now from this, if you sit in there, let it be. This is what we call being. Okay, and from here, you learn this awareness and you go be in the world rather than I am the noise, I am the identity, I am the this, I am the that, and you're all scrunched up. And if you're honest with yourself, you say, I'm not happy. So you want your beingness back. And you can have it. We are beings. We do hold light awareness space. You don't have to be aware of it, like, oh, what do I have to be aware of? You just need to, we are it. We can have awarenesses that are more than I am just this. I have to keep being this. That's not true. I mean, look at it. Look at the nature of my hands doing that. When we hold on to patterns, and then out from those patterns are bodily, energetic attachments of the mind to keep this pattern. And then everything from our lower chakras, our gut, our trunk, central is like, I'm told what to do because of this that I've become. So alchemy is the recognition that we don't like this feeling and it feels whatever it feels. My life feels, and I'm talking about feels, like you sit, you allow yourself to sit. My life feels, or a lot of us think of our lives as work life. My work life feels horrible. Okay, that was just a feeling from putting it out there, what one could feel. Like putting out my energetic awareness to what is it that they're saying? What could be going on? I don't like it. I feel, and it could just be a description like I feel in my gut. And we don't listen to that because we just think physical pains are just physical pains, or we put up with this or that. And the mind is more manipulated in the exterior world as to just keep going. Okay, so there's all this enmeshment entwined in our reality of who we think we are. So the simplicity of alchemy is the truth that life isn't so difficult. And like a flame, energy, we're energy. Like a flame, we don't have to attach. And so you get to the esoteric nature of life. That I don't have to if it doesn't feel good. And I'm not talking about giving in to the whims of not wanting to do something. I'm talking about a whole life objective that I have to keep my flame alight. And if it feels like it goes out or must be smaller or must be hidden down, then the truth is I feel heavy, I feel alone, no one can hear me, I feel when will my time come, these kind of things, because we put our flame out for the exterior world. So we have to actually consciously recognize when we're doing that to ourselves. And you loosen up to alchemize and say, I'm not going to put myself through that anymore. I don't feel a light. Because the flame of alchemy is burn off the heavy. You don't need it. You're essentially light. So if you're doing crazy things to yourself in your mind saying, I'll just keep doing that. I don't know what that's about, but I'll put up with it. Then be prepared that the world is not going to alchemize it for you. You're choosing to repeat it and stay that way. Okay, so there is not, no, God isn't there for me, or God isn't saving me, or why is my life so tough? You're choosing to stay that way, and the alchemy of life says you're free to choose at will whatever you want. And the only rules that divinity, light, has over our light beings, right? Law, if you are choosing darkness, then that's what you will inhabit. Okay, so our choice. So you're free to choose whatever you want. Okay, so if you choose light behavior, light motion, doing things, and catch yourself when you're feeling heavy and dark, all right? Give it some consciousness, but that's not your identity to put up with. So you know yourself in the dark, and this is how we get wiser. We know ourselves in the dark. We bring ourselves consciously back into following in our chest, our heart, what feels light. You see that? The miracle of it's not a thinking process so much. Yeah, thinking only comes into it when you have to get up and organize going to a location, or you're doing a painting and you got to think about what colors and do I have enough. You got to sort out what you need. But the actual alchemy, the light shift, is the fact you've taken yourself away from focus on one thing into what feels better for me. Now, at the gut, when people aren't used to doing that, they got to stick with it. You got to stick with, it's not a thought process, but the thought process is guiding you to do it as a human, but it's I want to feel better. I'm gonna. So they work in conjunction. I need to get this clear. We do have to think of doing things that we think will be lighter, right? But the actual alchemy is the follow through, which is where people can get stuck in the gut and say, oh no, I doubt that. I doubt that would work. I doubt that would happen. I doubt that me going for a walk in the sunshine is going to be better than me complaining on my own, in my own mind, telling myself all sorts of things and breeding that reality for myself. I doubt that walk in the park is going to be any good at all. And we can do that with anything. You see, at the gut, it's like, I doubt there's any good feelings for me to feel, which is a lie. It's an illusion. Give in to the dense nature of existence so far and tell ourselves lies that we can't actually live better, feel better, choose better, want better, look for better, turn our attention away from what we know feels and actually this is where our minds actually open and they're not so heavily thinking that they got to sort everything out, because you're in the flow of life and that's the truth. So to alchemize, know yourself, recognize yourself, and don't put up with old self. If something's pulling on you heavily, if anything at all, family, friends, environments, self-talk, give recognition to, and don't stay there. Ignite, stepping away from it. It's like this as well. You know, everyone would know this. One of the best suggestions ever. If you're having troubles trying to work something out, leave it alone, step away, leave it for 24 hours or so. Leave it alone. Because it's energy, and your concentrated effort is not letting in new flow to give new ideas to expand anything of that concentrated nature. And I don't know about anyone else, but that has proved so true for me so much. And it is difficult because sometimes you just want to get in, you want to sort it out, you want to solve it, but it's the best way of seeing how our heavy thinking nature, and it's starting to show, oh, I don't know why this isn't working, how come, why am I getting the same results, what's the answer, what's the answer? That's not going to get us anywhere, because the true nature of ourselves is open up. We are not linear, find the resolution immediately. So the more that we do that, now my eyes are closed because there's a beautiful concentrated light connection for this flow. And sometimes when the eyes are open, your flow direction can take other ways. And so this is just a concentrated focus right now on this particular aspect of the nature of us with the heavy and the light, and that we don't include more light. We've become more of the heavy nature in the solution or the money orientated limitation of that says, you know, we'll keep it this way because we've got this. So I'm just giving a whole perspective of the nature of our reality in focusing more on keeping things the same, working things out, keeping certain parts of it protected. And those of us being consumed in that haven't opened up to more light getting in. So the true nature of us to alchemize anything, and so say you're trying to write something and you just don't seem to be able to get the flow, and so they call it whatever, like writer's block, or you know, just need to let it go for a bit. So you let it go. But in life as well, when you switch away from something, you can alchemize your focus and let the light in. So you can get quicker at it, is what I'm saying. So, you know, so there is magic and mystery and miracle in the fact of remembering we are more than just the issues to solve. Okay, and that is letting in, whatever you'd like to call it, the God aspect of the whole. So notice when we are humans that just think we have it all sorted and we are rigid. Okay, we've got to notice that, because it's not a good effect for the whole. So change starts with us. So only micromanage with light how often And it is more of an opening in the uprising of light, because I keep repeating this aspect. Notice the nature of where your focus heads, so that you can take a breath instead and a pause. And remember, your esoteric nature is, I'm feeling heavy here, I'm getting stuck on something, I'm egoically really wanting something, but I'm not letting other perspectives in. This kind of nature of life, we have to notice when we are doing that, it's within us. Okay? And believe in the mystical, magical miracle of growth. Because this nature is not serving the whole, the vast truth of assistance, and what can easily flow in and assist. And that's the landing. When we can take recognition of the whole of ourselves as functioning as a part of the whole of our present existence on this planet, because that's really our main focus, and that affects the emanation of all. Then we won't slow down things on this planet that restrict the benefit of all. And that's the heart platform. For all. Let your heart be truth, light, love, and law. That's the key, and that's the door. Two more. God bless everyone. Open up your doors to more. No matter how little you peek through, there will always be more. God bless at our heart space. Let there be more. Adios, muchachos. Amen. God bless. See you again.